viewer, welcome to Pharma Digital, and here in this video I am gonna discuss about the anti-tubercular drug. And if you want to know what is tuberculosis and what are the symptoms, what are the awareness taken by the governments, and what are the basic treatment therapy, you got the link in videos description link. And this tuberculosis is mainly affected by the mycobacterium organism. Basically, two species affect or two species cause the tuberculosis. One is Mycobacterium bovis, that is mainly cause the tuberculosis to animal, and Mycobacterium tuberculosis, that is the Mycobacterium species which cause the tuberculosis disease basically in case of human being. And here the mycobacterial infections are the most difficult of all bacterial infection because it is slowly growing organism, and it may be sometimes present in inactive state, maybe in future that is growing into a active tubercle bacilli, and may infect the various organs of our body. And it completely resistant to many drug or completely resistant to single use drug. That's why to cure the tuberculosis we always use multi drug therapy treatment, because it is a slow growing organism and it able to resist the single use drug. And basically in tuberculosis main symptoms like coughing and blood sputums are comes out from the respiratory tract. And the treatment procedure is carried out for a month to year, because the chemotherapy of the drug is too slow, and sometimes it also able to resist. And this tuberculosis disease is first invented by the Robert Koch on 24 March 1882. And due to this, and after invention of the Robert Koch, or due to invention of the Robert Koch, sometimes the disease tuberculosis is also called as Koch disease. And this tuberculosis is mainly or basically infect the various part of our organs like CNS, tonsils, lungs, then vagina, penis, urinary bladder, adrenal gland. It mainly affect the various organs of our body, but basically the mycobacterium tuberculosis species mainly infect the lungs of human beings. And the treatment or the drug used in the treatment of tuberculosis is basically divided into two categories. One is first line treatment and another is second line treatment, or first line drug and second line drug. And what are the basic difference between the first line drug and second line drug? We know first, in first line drug the drug efficacy is higher and the drug side effect is lesser. And in case of second line drug, that is opposite to first line drug, and that is the drug efficacy is lower and the chances of risk or side effect is higher. And in case of first line drug, there are 5 drugs are present. One is rifampicin, isoniazid, ethambutol, pyrazinamide, and streptomycins. And to remember this first line drug, we have a mnemonic words, that is the RIFES. R for rifampicin, I for isoniazid, P for pyrazinamide, E for ethambutol, and S for streptomycin. Like that in second line drug, there are various drugs present in second line drugs, that is thiacetazone, kanamycin, capromycin, ethionamide, cycloserine, para-aminosalicylic acid, amikacin, and ciprofloxacin. And beside this first line drug and second line drug, there are various newer drugs are also present, that is levofloxacin, ofloxacin, and biomycin. These are the newer drug invented, but basically the tuberculosis drug or anti-tubercular drug are broadly classified into two categories. One is first line drug and another is second line drug. And to remember second line drug, we have a mnemonic sentence like am, cycle, capped. Here the am for amikacin, cycle for cycloserine, cap for capromycin, and in capped word there are 4 drugs present: K for kanamycin, E for ethionamide, P for para-aminosalicylic acid, and T for thioacetazone. The first drug that we discuss is isoniazid, and it is shortly abbreviated as INH, and INH stand for isonicotinic hydrazine. This is the expand of INH, and it is the most active drug for the treatment of Mycobacterium tuberculosis, and it is structurally similar to pyridoxine. Pyridoxine is the chemical name of vitamin B6, and it is a bactericidal drug. As we know, drugs are basically divided into two categories. One is bactericidal and another is bacteriostatic. And the suffix cidal means it able to kill the bacteria, and the suffix statics means it able to prevent their growth and developments. So this isoniazid is a bactericidal drug. And INH is able to penetrate into the phagocytic cell. Basically, our immune system, when we in contact or when we engulf any pathogen or disease causing agent, our the immune cells like neutrophils, basophils, macrophages, they are try to engulf that pathogen and try to destroy it. But as we know, it is a highly resistant drug, so our immune cell engulf this tubercle bacilli but unable to destroy it, means it is present in intracellularly. So this INS is able to penetrate into the phagocytic cell, means those cells are engulfed their Mycobacterium tuberculosis. This INS is penetrate into that cell wall and able to kill them, and thus it is active against both extracellular and intracellular organism. Means if the tuberculosis is in fact intracellularly, it may able to cure it. If the tuberculosis is in fact extracellular, it may also able to cure it. And what are the mechanism action of the isoniazid? INS inhibit the synthesis of mycolic acid, which are essential components of the mycobacterial cell wall. Means these mycobacterial organism have a mycolic acid in their cell wall, and that mycolic acid is essential for their growth and development. And these isoniazid inhibit this mycolic acid synthesis. That's why they are unable to grow and develop, and they are unable to form their DNA RNA synthesis, and they may destroy, or this drug act as a anti-tubercular drug. Next, the isoniazid is pharmacokinetic properties, and it is completely absorbed orally. Means when we taken through the oral administration, it is completely absorbed and penetrate all over the body tissue and tubercular cavities. It is also penetrate the placenta and meninges. It means it also able to cross the blood-brain barrier and blood placental barrier. Means during the pregnancy we have to take special precaution. And it is extensively metabolized in liver, because as we know, liver is the main metabolized organs, and it is excreted through the urine. Next we discuss about this home drug interaction. As you know, interaction means during the administration of that particular drug, if we take another drug, what are the effect on that drug? It may be increase their effect or it may be decrease their effect. Here the aluminum hydroxide inhibits the INH absorption. Means during the administration of isoniazid, if we take aluminum hydroxide, the INH absorption is decrease. Like that, INH inhibits the phenytoin, carbamazepine, diazepam, warfarins. Means these drug metabolism is decreased by INH. And next, if we take para-aminosalicylic acid along with the isoniazid, the INS metabolism is INS metabolism is decrease and prolong its T-half. As you know, more the long of T-half, more its excretion time. And next, some side effect or adverse effect to discuss. It creates paresthesiasis. Paresthesiasis means needle and pin sensation, and like numbness, and next mental disturbance. And then rarely convulsions means seizure attack that are happens in epilepsy. Means what are the convulsion symptoms like the patient tighten their jaws and hold their fingers and may unconsciousness. And next, pyridoxine given prophylactically 10 mg per day to prevent the neurotoxicity. Neurotoxicity means nerve damage, means if we take this isoniazid for a longer period, it may damage the nerve. And to prevent this side effect, we used pyridoxine, that is vitamin B6, as a prophylactically basis. As you know, prophylactically means to prevent that particular symptoms, means हम उस सिम्टम से बचने के लिए पहले से ही हम पायरिडॉक्सिन ड्रग को हम ले सकते हैं एज ए डोज ऑफ 10 mg पर डे. एंड INS न्यूरोटॉक्सिसिटी इज ट्रीटेड बाय पायरिडॉक्सिन 100 mg पर डे. हियर 2 सेंटेंस आया है, यहाँ पे देखो हम प्रोफाइलैक्टिकली 10 mg पर डे पायरिडॉक्सिन यूज करेंगे न्यूरोटॉक्सिसिटी से बचने के लिए. लेकिन हम आइसोनाइज़िड ले चुके हैं एंड उसके बाद हमें न्यूरोटॉक्सिसिटी हो चुका है, तो उसको भी हमें ट्रीटमेंट करना चाहिए. तो उसे हम ट्रीटमेंट कर सकते हैं 100 mg पर डे के हिसाब से, और उससे बच सकते हैं 10 mg पर डे के हिसाब से हम डोज में अगर हम लेते हैं तो. नेक्स्ट इज hepatitis. As you know, hepato word is related with the liver, and it is a major side effect of the isoniazid, and it is rare in children. It is more common in children, but it is less common in children and more common in case of older people, and those are alcoholic. Next, other side effect include rashes, fever, acne, and next is arthralgia. Arthralgia means pain in joint. So here in this video we briefly discuss about the definition of tuberculosis and the microorganism that cause the tuberculosis, and classified the anti-tubercular drug, and briefly discuss about the isoniazid. In next video we briefly discuss about the some another drug of the first line drug, and wait for the next video. Have a good day. Thank you, and keep watching and keep safe.